Ah, dang it, I wanted to do something. Hold on. That was meant to be the theme for you know the you know, for example, like Eurovision and that stuff. you know Eurovision and those kinds of programs. Yeah, they usually start with this little logo that goes dun 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 dun. You know, one of these days I should do a watch along for the thing that cemented this song in my brain. Think about well, sometimes the weirdest things are actually connected and we don't know. Isn't that right, Kiba? Kiba, bless my water. Bless my water. Okay? Sniff it. Smell it. Like Michael Rosen. Oh. Okay, I think that someone definitely blessed the water. There's a hair in this. Where? I could see it in the sun. Where is it? Kiba, is this one of your hairs? I just want to take it out. I just want to take it out real quick. Ah, there it is. Truly, this is the stream of all time. Truly, this is the stream of all time. We start with a failed attempt at playing the Eurovision. I'm gonna call it the Eurovision theme. It's not the Eurovision theme. It's not the Eurovision theme, but we're gonna call it that just because. And then I have cat hair in my water. This is the best stream ever. I don't think that we can top this, so goodbye. I shall be going now. No, I am not. That is a joke. Please stay. No, Marquigina is not about to start. But yeah. If you eat it, you'll inherit their quirk. Oh man, no, I shouldn't have gotten rid of it. Dang it! I wanted to be able to jump like 6 times my own size and purr. But yeah, the thing that I was gonna say that cemented this theme in my brain was something called Games Without Frontiers, Jogos Sem Fronteiras, which I don't know if what I caught were reruns when I was a kid, but yeah, I for some reason I just loved that show. It was basically, I think that it was made to foster good relations between, you know, the at the time CEE, European Economic Union. In Portuguese we call it CEE. Hi Tulu. Hi. You just missed greatness, man. You just missed greatness. I attempted to play something on the recorder and failed. And Kiba, no. 'Cause everybody wants to be a cat. Because the cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. Okay, fine, I'll let you go for a bit. Yes, go. Yes, and Nemo. Yeah, sure, go. Scare the bejesus out of me. Why don't you try to go on top of the railing? Yeah, do that. Do that, Nemo. Yeah, can't get enough of when you do that. I love it. I love it when you scare me half to death. Yeah. Okay, he's not doing it right now, but yeah. Oh, the scene with Osaka playing the recorder in the wrong class. Dang, I want to be a cat and just loaf around all day. Yeah. After stream, I should probably play with them. Well, after stream, I'm gonna have dinner. But after that, maybe I'm gonna play with them with some catnip bubbles. You know the ones. Like you can buy some some little bottles that have like soap water, but it's also like but it also has catnip, so it's extra interesting to them. So yeah. Yes, exactly. Really. Okay, let me try that again. No. Wait a second, I got it. Yeah, there you go. This is just average Azumanga Daioh music. Everybody come to Atari Yeo's streams. He can play the recorder badly, just like in Lucky Star and Azumanga Daioh. Do you wanna feel? Do you wanna get some nostalgia? Not from your school days where you had to play the recorder, but from Lucky Star and Azumanga Daioh. Yeah, come to the Atari Yeo streams. We got what you're looking for. There were actually other songs that I knew how to play. Oh yeah, I usually know how to play. I used to know how to play When the Saints Go Marching In, like in two different chords actually, like. And then there's the other one. This one is harder because it has, you know, the... Hello, Laketh! Are you ready for some amazing school recorder action? I mean, can play the flute is a little bit... I learned it at school. Like, everyone was required to buy their own recorder and bring it to school. One of my classmates had, like, a wooden one that was his dad's. And it was really neat. Like, there used to be a time where I was a little bit more nimble with my fingers, you know, like I could play a little bit better. Absolutely. Can you play Squid Game? Do you mean Squid Game? Let me see. That was a fun little pastime that I used to have way back when. Like when I stopped having like a music class at school, I still used my recorder to try and find notes for songs that I knew. Like for example, I think that I tried to find the notes for the music that plays when Sakuyaman first shows up in Digimon Tamers, like, you know, the Digi Evolution. Because for Digimon Tamers, what they did was only Takato gets like the full song, which I don't remember the name right now. You know, the full like Biomerge song. Henry gets like a techno-industrial thing, and then Ruki gets... I just noticed I called one Henry and the other Ruki. Both versions are kind of merged in my mind by this point. Squib game, Squirm game. Oh, Small World is easy. Let me see. Let me check. Let's see. It starts. Na. Na da na na. It's a na 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 na. Mm. Okay. It's easy. Proceeds to not be able to do it. Okay, no, I would have to change. I would have to change the chord. Okay, so na 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 na. No. Na 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 na. No. Wow. Never remember his actual name. Is it Liang? Hello, Winter Saint. Hello, Andre. You are witnessing peak cinema right now. Are you able to play Little Root Town from Pokemon? Yeah, like no. It's a Small World is easy with an organ, which I have. Like I have a synthesizer organ that maybe I should try to bring back to here, because sometimes to my room, because sometimes it's useful to like find notes and stuff. The chat is not on screen. Wait, what? Where is the... Why is it... No, it's not intentional at all. What the heck? What the... Oh my god. Oh, okay. And okay, what a great first message to show up. I shall now read it out loud because it is glorious. Okay. I have many organs. I'm missing one, but I didn't need it anyway. Pottery in motion. Okay, but at least we have the chat on screen now. No, It's just the thing, it wasn't on the wrong layer, which is why I was like, what the heck's going on? Oh man. Organ donors, we donate organs. Yes, I got that reference. I got that reference. It's from Mouseworks. Organ donors, we donate organs. He didn't want an organ, he wants our organs. Great episode, by the way. What was I trying to play? Oh yeah, Little Root Town. Let me see. What is how does Little Root Town go? I'm gonna search it. Me after the pancreatectomy. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea where you could go now to watch Mickey Mouse Works. Wait, Mickey has that type of business? They had a lots of types of business during the entirety of Mouseworks, actually. But yeah, let me just remember what Little Root Town's theme is, because I keep confusing it with a different one. Is it the one that goes da 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 dee da dee da dee da dee do 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 do. I found the short you were talking about here on YouTube. Oh, okay. Then make sure to save it. Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it is exactly the one that I was thinking. Okay, let me see if I can find the notes for this, because the problem with the recorder is that it is extremely limited in terms of the notes that you can get. And there's some notes that I just cannot do. That I know that they exist, but I don't know how to do them, how to make them here. Like all the sharps and stuff. So yeah. Let me see. Yeah. I can get the beginning. I can get the beginning. Oh yeah. House of Mouse episodes in English are easy to find, not the HD ones. I mean, like, if you just want to preserve them, yes, HD would be preferable, but I don't think that it's like a requirement. You know? Like, I don't mind watching things in like 144p if it means that I get to watch them on some level, you know? It was still good, yeah. But let me see if I can remember like the theme, that theme that I mentioned, you know, the one from the bio merge between Ruki and Renamon. I keep flip-flopping on whether I call her Ruki or Rika. It's like let's see. Yep, still remember. Still remember it. I was surprised. Okay, so it starts very like it starts very Starts way up on the recorder. Didn't remember it started with law. Law? Is it a law? Wait a second. That was going to be something else. This is the town theme from Final Fantasy 1, I think. This that I was gonna do now. Like Yep, but I think it's Corneria. Yeah. Wait, Corneria? Nope. I'm at my limit. I had never played the Corneria theme on a recorder. I didn't know that at least part of it is possible. I'm pretty sure that the other parts are possible too. It's just that I don't know how to do the notes. So yeah. Wow. Wow. This little thing is amazing. Wow, and now I'm gonna get copyright claimed by Nintendo. Well, dang. But hey, if I want to make my own, played badly on a recorder covers, yeah, I can, as you can see. That's one of the perks of being in the same house that you were living in when you that you were living in when you were in wait a second. Okay, I'm trying to think. I think that, like, for example, in most countries, elementary school goes up to the 6th grade. But in Portugal, elementary school only goes up until the 4th. Because they call them, like, cycles. They call them, like, cycles. Elementary is first cycle, 5th and 6th grade are second cycle, which you would call like middle school, for example, in the US, and I think also in Japan, for example, is also like is a third cycle, and then it's secondary school, you know? Elementary school in the US goes from 1st to 5th. Oh, okay. That's weird. Speaking of House of Mouse, I managed to have a custom-made House of Mouse badge plus a separate MouseWorks one. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Showcase your fandom for those shows. Seventh to 9th is the equivalent to middle school. Yep. Oh yeah, they used to call it preparatory school. Preparatory school. Yeah, fifth and sixth grade used to be preparatory school, because it was supposed to prepare you for the big leagues, which was middle school. Yeah, no, secondary is not secondary now, it's mandatory and it's equivalent to high school, but it's still called secondary. It's still called secondary. Like, my mom didn't retire all that long ago, and she was teaching secondary school. So yeah. Used to be until 6th grade, 12 years of age, till it got changed here for something else. Yeah. And like, I was always a little bit peeved that like musical education, the school subject, didn't carry over to middle school. Like, we only had it, at least back in my day, in the late 20th century, we only had musical education in the 5th and 6th grades, which is where I use this thing. I was really sad when I went to 7th grade and we didn't have it anymore. That kind of sucked. They were done with music class as soon as 3rd grade. Yeah, but here's the thing. In elementary school, you don't get music class. You don't get music class unless you or your parents are musically inclined, in which case you can attend music classes privately. Provided by the municipality or something like that. My parents tried entering me into one when I was like 6, when I was starting elementary school. And I had to get out because they were trying to teach me things that were way too high for my level of literacy. Because it's like this. I went to elementary school already knowing how to read, which was something that was not common back then. I don't know how like preschool and kindergarten work nowadays, but back in my day, they didn't teach you how to read in those. The only way that you learned how to read during that time was if someone else taught you, or if you learned on your own, which was my case. I learned how to read because of Sesame Street. So when I was 5, I was miles ahead of my peers. I was miles ahead of my peers because I could actually read. And then I went to elementary school and they had me read like basic stuff like o miau é mau, o popó é do papá, which mean basically the cat is mean and the car or the vroom vroom is dad's. So yeah. Yeah. Music education is now until the 8th grade? Lucky bastards! Yeah. My mom used to say I was hungry for letters before I went to primary school. Sesame Street even teach you those strange Portuguese letters? No. Well, Portuguese doesn't have weird letters. Portuguese, standard traditional Portuguese. Well, okay, no. I'm thinking that traditionally Portuguese was written with some letters that are not used anymore. But like traditional 20th century Portuguese does not have the letters K, Y, and W. And I knew those because of Sesame Street, because Sesame Street is an American show, which means that when it teaches the alphabet, it's going to teach all those letters. And it was super hard for me. That's what you mean. Okay, here's the thing about those letters. Those are not letters, so to speak. Those are letters. Well, they are letters indeed, but they don't have names. They're just like an A with so-and-so accent, an A with a tilde, an A with something. It's always an A with something. Like, you know, there's no like actual name. There's no actual name for the letters themselves. Even for like this, for example. Okay, I'm just gonna read it. I'm just gonna put it in chat. We call this a C de cedilha, which means a C with I don't know what that little thing is called in English, you know, the thing under the C. In Portuguese, it's cedilha. Because the only one we had like that in Spanish is ña. But we don't usually call them, you know, different letters. We just call them an A with something, you know. And the same thing when it goes like on an O, or like or when it goes on, or when they go on an E, or an I, when they go on any vowel, like yeah. Now I'm actually curious. What is that called in English? Because in Portuguese it's spelled like this. Cedilha. Which, by the way, has another sound that the Portuguese language has that not a lot of others do, which is the LH, which is y. The closest thing that I think other languages have is Spanish, when they put like two L's, like llaves, or llorar. Something like that. Not a lot of languages have this sound. For the ñ, we use ñ, yeah, and H, yes. And then we have. It's almost an anagram for echidna. Right, the GL in Italian also does that. Like, for example, dang it, I don't wanna mispronounce it, but the Italian word for like garlic, it has it, yeah. Coniglio, yes, there you go. Nya, yeah, like when putting those, it always ties back to Knuckles. Yes, we cannot escape him. He's always there. But yeah, when, for example, when you try to like put some of these words in Japanese. Like, for example, cedilha. If you want to write cedilha in Japanese, yeah, there you go. The Portuguese word for garlic is also similar. It's alho. It's just alho. Alho porro. Alho porro is a way of saying leek? Alho francês? French garlic? I just realized how weird that sounds. The best JoJo villain, Enya the Hag. Wait, Enya? Enya? What, like the singer? Like the singer Enya? I mean, that one is written like this. It's also similar in Spanish. In Spanish, garlic is ajo. Yeah. It just reminded me of a time where, you know, like when people write, you know, laughter in Spanish online, like at least to me, and I'm pretty sure other people, it's always kind of funny because of instead of reading, you know, immediately reading the J as h, which is what you're supposed to do in Spanish, I read it as a Portuguese person would. So instead of ah ha 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 ha, I would read ah ja 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 ja. Ja 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 ja. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's who she's named after. Oh, dude, really? I mean, no, I know it's full of musical names. I did not expect it to go all the way to Enya. Dude! The Zeppelin family is named after Led Zeppelin. I mean, okay, that one's obvious, but like, I don't... It's like if you... It's like if you told me... Oh, maybe he does know. You guys know you guys know Yanni, the composer. Like his songs are kind of like a mix between like new age, but very orchestral new age, like very symphonic. His songs kind of fall into this weird middle ground in which they're not, you know, really new age. But they're also not fully like orchestral, like symphonic. Like I don't know. Yanni is kind of weird to classify. Even if most people class him as new age, and I'm like, okay, fine, I guess. But yeah, is there a reference to Yanni in JoJo's? Oh man, no! I'm remembering like so many. I know that the movie blues are. I don't know. Is Jethro Tull mentioned in JoJo's? I mean, Pink Floyd is. I mean, you have Crazy Diamond, of course. What others was I thinking? Mike Oldfield, Vangelis. What other ones? What other ones? Ah, dang it! Jean-Michel Jarre. Is he mentioned in JoJo's? I know that Enigma was used. Like Modern Crusaders is a song that was used as one of the endings of JoJo's, and when I learned about that, I went mental. I went completely crazy because holy crap, Enigma! And it's not even from like one of their most popular, one of Enigma's most popular albums, because you would expect them to go with something from the first album, which I don't remember the name of, or what's the second one? The one that Return to Innocence is from. What's it called? The Cross of Changes. Yes, there you go. That's the name. You would expect them to go with one of those, but no, they went with the song from the fourth album, The Screen Behind the Mirror. Like, how does that happen? You have to, like, and they did. That is so crazy to me that they were deep enough in the sauce to go to Enigma's fourth album. And they didn't even go to the most popular song from that album, which was actually the song, which was one of the few cases where the most popular song actually named the album, Screen Behind the Mirror. Or was it? No. No, it was the gravity of love. It was the gravity of love. That was the hit. That was the hit from Screen Behind the Mirror. Sorry, I was a I'm such a nerd. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Yeah, Modern Crusaders, yes. Stand up, join us, Modern Crusaders alike. We have the power to change the future. And I don't remember the rest of the lyrics, so I'm not going to assassinate them. We freaking did it, Atari. We did. What did we do? Yeah, Enigma is Miyamoto's stand. Oh wow. What do you mean? What do you mean? We did it. New round. Are you talking about? Are you talking about the thing? Are you talking about the movie? Yeah, there you go. Yes. Okay, so I do have news. Okay, so for the longest time, I wanted to do a watch along of this Portuguese movie called The Portuguese Falcon. Capitão Falcão. Actually, like, if you translate the name of the movie, it's Captain Falcon, but that's a copyrighted character, so they couldn't use that name internationally. Hi, Thunder Dragon! Welcome back! Hello, Mecha Paul! Yes, The Portuguese Falcon. It is a movie from 2014. It is very, very, very Portuguese. Very Portuguese. But it's also super, super camp. And I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that it's going to be a lot of fun for you guys to watch, especially the international folks. Because like most Portuguese people are familiar with the movie. Unfortunately, it was one of those cases where the movie was very expensive to make, and Portugal is a very small audience, so it didn't make back its budget at the box office, which is sad because out of all the Portuguese movies that I have watched, that one is the absolute freaking best. No context. Don't even come and talk to me about the classic Portuguese movies from like the 40s or the 30s or whatever they were called or whatever they were. No, this is the best Portuguese movie ever made, bar none. And I'm so happy that people can at least appreciate that. So yeah, Captain Falcon comes from Port Town. Wait, what? Port Town is in Portugal. Oh, duh, it's in the name. Yeah. Yes, it is. It is a parody. It is a parody of Portugal during the dictatorship, during the Estado Novo regime. So yeah. A New Around found a version of it that has subtitles. Oops. Porto, yes. And we are going to watch it on June 10th. Why June 10th? Because that's Portugal Day, basically. Portugal Day, Day of Portugal, Camões, and Portuguese communities. So yeah, June 10th, Portuguese Falcon watch along. I am going to tell a few of my Portuguese VTuber friends as well. Maybe even some non-Portuguese VTubers, because I think that it's going to be like, a lot of fun. Like, prepare for extreme awkwardness. It's one of the things that I'm gonna say. Yeah. I'm off work that day. I could make it. Yeah. Portugal's Chapulin? Probably. If Chapulin is like a hero that is supposed to uphold the values, the good old-fashioned values that we used to rely on during the dictatorship, then yes. Do be warned, it's in 3060p, but beggars can't be choosers. Yes. Besides, 3060p is a lot better than 144p. But yeah, it'll be my first time seeing a Portuguese movie. I've never seen a foreign film that isn't an anime movie before. Oh, yeah. No, I believe you. No, like even here in Portugal, sometimes it's hard. Like, we do get a lot of like French movies in movie theaters. The last movie that my brother translated that is going to go to theaters, I believe... okay, so if the movie is done right now, it's probably gonna go to theaters either in like September or during Christmas. So yeah. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because my brother is under NDA, and that extends to me as well. Like, I can't reveal anything about the movie other than it's French and that it is done. It's translated, it's subtitled. So yeah, it is going to theaters. You Quispy Xbox 3060p. This country used to build railroads. What country? What country are you talking about, New Around? Or did you already watch the movie? Are you quoting the movie? Agrião Dourada, yes, but that one is not fully Portuguese, so I don't really count it. It's in a different category, you know? Like, Agrião Dourada, or The Gilded Cage in English, it's also a very good movie, but it is not fully Portuguese. Not to diminish its value. I'm just saying that it belongs in a different category. We'll be watching this movie like we're on YouTube in 2009. Ah, remember YouTube in 2009? Those were the days. I don't even remember what I watched on YouTube in 2009. Other than YouTube poops. I've been watching YouTube poops ever since like 2006. So yeah. Like, it's also allowed to be streamed on YouTube like that. Let's put it like this. Okay, we are going to do like a proper watch along. We're gonna do a proper watch along. Like, I am not going to have the movie on screen, but we are gonna have a timer. Like, each person is going to be watching the movie. Like, because unfortunately the movie isn't like readily, legally available. Portugal is so annoying sometimes. I don't even know. I don't even know if there's like proper like DVDs. Oh wait, I've seen a foreign movie before. Maybe I shouldn't mention which one due to the movie's nature. It's a German movie. That's the only hint you're getting. Okay. Okay, it's a pornographic movie. Got it. Hola! Hola, holy potato paladin. Hello! How are you? There are a lot of Portuguese movies on YouTube because we, the Portuguese, don't seem to care about copyright laws unless it's some soap opera owned by TVI or SIC. Yes, you guys remember Demix? You guys remember Demix, the guy who's usually with me and Weasel and Daniel Chaos Komori, like whenever we decide to get together and play a game. He used to work at a copyright office here in Portugal. Of course, I can't really say much of anything about what actually went there. I can tell one story. I can tell one story. But before I tell that story, look, the site is safe, but I still advise everyone to have their ad blockers running. Yes, like, since we are dealing with a Portuguese movie that is not readily available anywhere, like, and you definitely have to go through less than legal means to be able to watch it, what we're gonna do is on the day of, we are going to have the link. We're going to have the link, and everyone can use their own browser to watch it. I think that's the simplest way. That's the simplest way to do it. And also, but a super offensive one. Lol. I should have been more clear. No, dude. I was kidding. I was kidding on purpose. Like because honestly, I don't really know what movie you're talking about, and I don't think that we need to go into that much detail about it, especially if you said that it's kind of offensive. So yeah, like it's let's leave it at that. Demix used to work at a copyright office here in Portugal, and his words, not mine, is that most people like about Portuguese copyright, most people do not care. Most people do not care as long as you're not like making crazy amounts of money off of something. Usually they don't care because even if you monetize the content, it's like, what are you gonna get? Peanuts. Because Portuguese media is not all that popular, like internationally. Oh yeah. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. New around. Yeah. Like we're still gauging ideas. But yeah, you got there just by searching for the movie plus like English subs, right? So yeah, like anyone can do that. So we don't have like, any incriminating links on the stream itself. So yeah, the Portuguese have media. Yes, we do. Oh my goodness. Now I'm thinking. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something from the living room, and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Things are kind of floppy in here. Let's go everywhere! Whee! Just posting the title of the video should be enough. Like, Asa, the Portuguese Falcon, 2015, director, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm an expert on finding legal things, so I think I can get it. Yeah. Okay, so right now in my hands. Oh yeah. Yeah, uma aventura. Uma aventura is one of the things that made me not like reading books. Okay, this one is making a lot of noise. I'm a little bit worried. Okay. Why is it opened? Okay. Okay, so when I was a kid, there was this show called Herman Encyclopedia. So there was a Portuguese comedian called Herman José, and he's made a few shows during his career. And one of the most popular ones was called Herman Encyclopedia, which was basically it was kind of making fun of those like DVD, CD based encyclopedias that started showing up like in the mid 90s, which was hilarious because they had exactly the same problems as book-based encyclopedias, except even worse because being able to access them depended on whether your computer could read the software, whereas with a book anyone can just pick it up and read it. So yeah, so he made a show all about covering different topics, but through the lens of his comedy. And it was a very popular show. Spawned a lot of popular characters that are still used to this day. Yes, like in Carta. Exactly, yeah. Whoa! Eu não sabia que o Herman José estava neste filme. That's the quote, Elmer. That's the quote. Referring... Yeah, there you go. When Bill Murray shows up in like at the end of Space Jam, ooh, spoilers. The the Portuguese version decided to have what was his name? The main villain decided to have the main villain confuse him for Herman José, the comedian. Morio jump radio. What? Wait, what? What? Okay. And I was trying to see, and I just happen to have the DVDs of the first and second season. Gotta lay down, gotta lurk. Okay. Okay, chill shanty. And I was trying to see if they have... Of course not, because we never think about anyone but ourselves, huh? We never think about anyone but ourselves, you pieces of silly. It's a JoJo thing. Oh, okay. Question: do Portuguese people and Brazilian people understand each other? Yes, we do, because the baseline of the language is the same, even if the accent and some grammar is slightly different. To give you an idea, for a long time, we didn't get like movies dubbed in European Portuguese because having them in Brazilian Portuguese was just enough. Like, the higher ups just thought, oh, hey, it's It's Portuguese. People understand Portuguese. So yeah, we only need one Portuguese version. You know, they were thinking kind of along the lines of like, oh, the original movies are in English and they don't get dubbed in Britain. So why should they get dubbed in Portugal for a much smaller audience? So yeah, that was the prevailing thought until The Lion King. But that's like a huge story for another day. So yeah, we did dub some stuff like for TV. We did dub some stuff for TV. But as for movies, yeah, no, The Lion King was the first theatrical release that was dubbed in Portuguese. Actually, there was a story about like so apparently for a while there was a fear that the tapes with the movie could get lost because the person who was taking them, I think that they got lost. I think that they got lost and were like trying to make their way to like the first place where the movie was going to be shown. I don't remember. Someone told me that story when I was recording in one of the studios. It was when I was recording Wild Pack. Yeah, there you go. It was when I was recording a few things for Wild Pack, and yeah, the guy, the sound technician, who was a guy that has been working on this stuff for very, very long. He told me that story. He told me that story because the person in question was the head of the studio that I used to work for before. So yeah, he was just like standing there with the tapes with the first Portuguese dub of a theatrical movie, and if he didn't make it in time, it would not go through. That is crazy. And it was crazy that I was in a position where I was able to hear that story. Sorry, I just read what Holy Potato Paladin asked. It's a 10 out of 10 from IGN. Oh, that tells me everything I need to know about it. Oh, man. It's kind of like South Africa. Some stuff gets other dubs or something for South Africa. Yeah. Except for O Grande Nicolau, released in 1936 in France, and 1937, dubbed in Portuguese. Dude, most of the people who worked on The Lion King dub weren't even born then. Most. Not all. I don't remember if Antonio Marques, like some of the oldest people in the cast must have been, but the cast was all very young at that point. Like, I think that they were like in their early 30s. When they recorded for The Lion King, except for Antonio Marques, the guy who voiced Mufasa. I don't think that he was as young as the others. But then again, like, who else? Like, everyone else was around the same age. Like, they were 40 at the oldest, I think. I don't know. God, mixtape. So you have this construction fighting game with Japanese characters that talk like Brits. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. By the way, have you heard there is a British dub of Lum, and I want to watch it so bad. I want to watch it. I want to watch that so bad because first, it's a British dub. Second, it was made like I think in the early 90s, late 80s or something. And it's like, it's British! Like, and it's Slum! Of all things! Of all things! Lum! Okay, let me see if I missed anything, like, here in chat. Urusei Yatsura, yes. Let's see. Oh, hello, Xpop! Welcome! I didn't see you. Okay, You sack of bags of buckets of morons. They need our media to be dubbed in Brazilian Portuguese just for them. Oh yeah, that's dumb. I can barely understand people below the Douro River. Oh no! Oh no! Ok, X-Pop, então diz-me lá, percebes isto? Percebes isto? Não percebes? Não percebes nada? Não percebes nada abaixo do Douro? Já agora, isto não conta como um dox porque a maior parte do país está abaixo do Douro, por isso... boa sorte. Aliás, não sei se eu tenho... Eu acho que não tenho nenhum sotaque a falar português, mas... Às vezes surpreendo-me. Surpreendo-me. Às vezes surpreendo-me. Apologies to everyone who does not understand Portuguese. But yeah. While we don't understand them better, that doesn't happen the other way around. Yeah, The Lion King was the do or die for Disney movies. The Magic Roundabout was the first children media to be dubbed. Yeah. Incorrect dub. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna make incorrect dubs of I've actually thought of attempting to dub like public domain cartoons in Atlantean, you know? Also for myself to get a feel of how the language actually works. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I would say Yatsura, I know that dub. Kind of like the MTV dub of Doraemon that's also British. It was only a few episodes, but it was funny. Yeah. Hey, Crandon Toast! Oh man, you just missed me speaking Portuguese because X-Pop here says that he doesn't understand any accent from below the Douro River, and that just happens to include the region that I am from, so I tried speaking a bit of Portuguese to see if he would understand. And apparently he doesn't. Já viste isto? Ok, é melhor eu não falar assim muito, tipo, como é que eu ia dizer? É melhor eu não me largar muito, porque, yeah, às vezes há bocadinhos de sotaques que entram na língua. Tipo... Sometimes... Okay, I was saying that, yeah, I better be careful when I speak Portuguese, because sometimes you do have, you know, little things about, you know, like people's accents that you can, you know, kind of tell from where they are. Uma mixórdia de sotaques. A melange. You're a melange of accents. Oh, but yeah. I'm a mixtape. We're going back to that. Okay. I need to check this out. I need to check out Mixtape, the game, the game that IGN gave a 10 out of 10 to. Let me see, Mixtape. No, it's not Mistape, it's Mixtape. Game. Mixtape game. Really, Coffee? You've come to make an announcement. And what announcement would that be? Huh? Yeah. I watched the playthrough of that game as a joke. Okay, I am going to okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, it's fake nostalgia for losers. Oh, it's like Yeek. Is it? Is it like Yeek? You know, you know that game, like, I call it Yeek, but, it's actually spelled like Y, capital I, K. Because it's supposed to be a different way of spelling Y2K, and it's like, it's kind of trying to be like Persona, but like in the late 90s, you know, like in 1999 specifically, you know. But it's also kind of like super. I have a bunch of issues with Yeek. Don't worry, Atari. Mixtape is a movie with little to no gameplay. IGN was never good. I made that joke last time. I made that. Yeah, I made that joke last time. Yeah. Yeah, Y2K. Yeah. Okay, before I watch this launch trailer, what's from Annapurna? The guys who made Stray. Oh dear. That already tells me that at least on some level it is going to be kind of like Yeek. It's true though. Yep. They just happened to be one of the first like gaming publications to go digital, and it kind of stuck. So yeah. Somehow they managed never to be like as ragey as X-Play about Sonic specifically. That I agree, although Alentejo also peaks on that regard. So between Douro and Tejo is where the weakness lies. I feel offended. I heard Stray was mid. No, like, Stray is good for the animation on the cat. Everything else is kind of questionable. That's the good Portugal. The rest is fake Portugal. Isn't it funny like how this country is so small and yet we can like build these arbitrary lines in the sand? Well, actually these lines in the sand are called rivers. X-Play was just peak arrogance, yeah. But yeah, if it had a gameplay, they were gonna complain that it's too hard and knock down the score a bit. Oh dear. They're the same buffoons that gave Sonic Unleashed a 4 out of 10 and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero a 7 out of 10. Oh yeah. I mean, what else do people want but good cat animation? Yeah, no, the cat is animated well, so what else do you want? Huh? This is where our entire budget went. Actually, no, but yeah. Okay, but yeah, like my biggest issues with Yeek. Okay, it's twofold, mostly. Okay, so one is the misappropriation of a real life tragedy, which is the so-called mystery of Elisa Lam, who was a lady who had a psychotic break and then was found and then she died. She was recorded from an elevator security camera doing some weird things, which nowadays people can tell, okay, no, she's having a psychotic break, like, yeah. But at the time, people, you know, started speculating and talking about like ghosts and hauntings and conspiracies and whatnot and blah blah blah, and all of this while her family was still alive and still mourning her death. And Yeek does that same thing, and I think that it's super disrespectful to the people who are still here, who knew her, and who have suffered enough from all of this weird press that her case got. Like, I'm sorry, that is not okay. That is not okay. You get a 0 out of 10 on that regard. What do you mean rivers? More like oceans, Lily. I can't enter Braga. Oh, that's because you can't swim. That's why the Apocalyptic Cat won the Oscar, right? It was super well animated, and I also loved its audio production. Oh wait, you're talking about Flow? You're talking about Flow? Like I was talking about Stray. I was talking about Stray, not Flow. But yeah, and my other big issue with Yeek is that I am sorry. I was there in 1999. I remember how things were. I remember how people dressed. I remember American media from that time. I remember how people talked. I remember a lot of things from 1999. This does not feel like 1999. This feels like 2010. This feels like either 2010 or 2012. Either way, holy crap, these people are hipsters. The main character is a hipster, and keep in mind, hipsters were not a thing until the late 2000s. So you managed to make this whole game like, okay, yeah, sure, you show like the technology and whatnot, and it's like, oh yeah, it's 1999, look at this. But then you look at the main character, and this is a freaking hipster. All right? This is a hipster. This is a hipster from the early 2000s. There is no two ways about it. And that's just the surface level stuff. And why am I talking about Yeek? Nobody cares about Yeek. Oops, all millennials. And it's the worst type of millennials too. I'm not saying that hipsters are bad. I'm just saying that they were viewed as annoying. A lot of the times for a good reason. Yeah, probably Flo, can't remember the name, but it's the same train of thought, yeah. Yeah, no, like the characters in that, they talked like millennials. They talk like millennials, the annoying kind of millennials. And I should know, I'm a millennial. I'm a millennial. I know. I recognize the pattern. I recognize the patterns, dude. Like, and yes, I was a kid in 1999, but yes, but nobody was like this, unless they were in like some weird, like, in some weird like corners of the world, but like no. Things were not like this. No, I don't care that you made your own parody of the TMNT. This still does not make this feel any more like the 90s. Like, oh my god. And then the whole trying to make, oh, let's make this look like LSD, that game that went viral a couple of years ago. That nobody knew outside of Japan. Yes, it was made in the mid-2000s, but nobody knew about it. Things did not look this way. If you wanted to capture the aesthetic of that era, you completely failed, man. You 100% completely failed. And I know that the guy who made Yeek is one of those people that is like, oh, everyone's criticizing me just because I put effort into my game. No, you put effort into all the wrong places. Learn to take criticism. Media literacy is so important. Media literacy is so important. It's so important, Baldric. Oh man. I also remember those times. Atari was still yappy and without skill with Maui Mallard. Oh, man. He still is yappy. I mean, this is a yapping stream, but my point still stands. I mean, no, yeah, this stream is this stream was made. This stream was made to yap and play the recorder. Why take criticism when you can milk it for drama? I mean, Phil Fish taught you well. Remember Phil Fish? The guy from Fez? Which was a game that was actually pretty well received. And then, I don't remember what went wrong, but I do remember that the creator of that went completely bonkers. And it nails the feel, yeah. I'm more concerned that we are rating movies instead of games for the gameplay, you know? Yeah. Yeah. To answer your question, I don't know Wonderwall. I don't even know what Wonderwall is. Let me see what I can. Let me see what I can. Let me see what I can cook up here. That is too low. I don't know. I can't do the spark. Well, actually, let me try Corneria again. Yeah, no, it gets to that note that I can't do here. If I was on my organ, I could do it. If I was on my organ, I could do it. Like, I can't play the organ, like, you know, I can't use both my hands, but I can use the organ to, like, figure out different chords and stuff. Like, for example, okay, you have a song that it's in this chord. Not this chord, the program. This chord, this chord, this set of notes, and then I can transfer it to a different set of notes. I can do that on my synthesizer. I can do that on my synthesizer organ. Oh wait, it does sound like Corneria. Thing is, I'm mostly accustomed to the SNES version. Oh yeah. You know what Wonderwall is, even if you don't know it by name. Really? Then what is it? The Last of Us started a bad trend for Western games. You know, I think I'm gonna clip my rant about The Last of Us. Like the one that I went into when I was playing Cleopatra Fortune. I'm just gonna turn that into a clip, and whenever someone mentions The Last of Us, I can direct them to that to just say what my thoughts on it are. Much better this time, yeah. Yeah. No, like what happens? Like what happens is that I'm out of practice. I'm out of practice. Like I found I haven't been playing a lot of instruments, including my voice. I haven't been singing a lot. You know, I am still not sure what my Saturday stream is going to be. I scheduled Wacky Races starring Dick Dastardly and Muttley, which is a game that I obviously have and want to play. It's for the PlayStation 2, by the way. The version that I have is for the PlayStation 2. It also came out for the Dreamcast, I believe. But I am starting to think if maybe I should schedule like a karaoke stream instead of that, because I haven't sung anything. I haven't been dedicating myself to singing in a long time, and I kind of want to see if I can get back in the groove, so to speak. You gotta more music is so hype, yeah. I don't know if you were here, Krandentost, but I have made a solemn promise that by the end of this year, I will have at least one cover released. And I am probably gonna have to do everything, and it's probably gonna sound really bad, and I don't mean like my singing is gonna sound bad, I'm gonna say like the mixing is gonna sound bad, because I'm gonna do it myself. The only thing that I am going to commission for that cover is going to be an illustration. Because I'm not gonna make like a music video. I don't have money to commission a music video, and I don't know enough about After Effects to be able to make one in a short amount of time. And my brother doesn't either. So what I'm gonna probably do is I'm gonna commission something that would be like an album cover, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna have, you know, little effects going on while the song is playing. Like, it's not gonna be just a static picture. It's gonna have like, you know, like I don't know, sparkly effects and whatnot. Because that I can do. That amount of like basic editing I can do. Yeah, I also have a little bit of experience with sound design. Very little. I had like one subject in college about sound design, and to this day I miss the program that we used. It was so good. Have you ever heard of Nuendo? It's one of the best DAWs, or like what does DAW stand for? It's like sound editing programs out there, but like a license is like thousands of euros. A license for Nuendo. It's that and Pro Tools, but Pro Tools is more for like Mac users, and right now I don't have a Mac. I have downloaded Reaper to do that. Let's go! Record. Should try singing throughout your day. It's fun. Yeah, no, like I do that, but I have been kind of afraid of doing it because of that thing that I told you, like about my throat, like that it seems kind of scratchy sometimes, and it seems like I can't reach certain notes anymore. So yeah. But what if AI was used to make the music video? Huh? No, because I would be the one making the music video. Like, I don't don't need AI. Digital audio workstation. Okay, yeah. I mean, nowadays what matters is not really the DAW, but the plugins. Yeah. Nuendo, no clue. Yeah, no, like, because it's one of those programs that you only know about if you work in the if you work in some sort of music or sound industry and whatnot. Yes, I am very anti-AI. Yeah. No, maybe what I'm gonna do is like, yeah, I'm gonna record and I'm going to see what I can do by myself. Yeah, the singing voice is a muscle after all. Yeah. But when will we have artificial intelligence? I mean, no, Atari is not artificial, but he is Atari-ficial. So yeah, I guess that Atari would be the closest thing. But yeah, actually, let me see if I can find the notes for other songs here. Let me see. Yep, there you go. Hello, that's Mario. Welcome. I am currently trying to see if I can find notes to play things on the recorder. Yes, thought it was Bruno Mars for a few seconds. Let me see. Oh, can you play Titanic shitty flute version? I was thinking of Grenade, but then you played a different Bruno Mars song. Yeah. I mean, no, this is good. This is good. This is good. I'm getting reacquainted. I am getting reacquainted with this because, like, musically, because I'm kind of musically illiterate. As in, like, you throw me a sheet of music in front of my eyes and I'm like, I can't read that. Okay, Titanic shitty flute version. Okay. I think I did that while I was playing Crossworlds with the guys, but yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to try to make this bad. absolute cinema. Yeah. The fun part is I actually had to do it to make it bad on now we need more. Yeah. Titanic. Wait a second. Nah, I was trying to do that remix with Titanic. Titanic. You could have called this game Bird versus Camel, and no one would have argued with you. For a second, when you said Titanic, my brain thought of the Jurassic Park music instead. I love the crappy Duel of the Fates. Oh man, Duel of the Fates is one of the songs that I like. Whenever people talk about it, I know what song they're talking about, but I don't remember which one. Like, it's enough to make me like laugh at the mention of Duel of the Fates, but I don't remember which music it is. That ending was good, yeah. Actually, let me see, like, if I can just play the jingle from Jurassic Park. Let's see. No. Gigantic is better. Titanic sucks 1 star. I love Indiana Jones plays Imperial March. Okay, from Star Wars. Dang it, I don't remember. The one from the fight with Darth Maul in episode 1. Hello, Maiden, by the way. Oh wait, is it the... That one? I just did a few notes. Gigantic is better. I mean, the SS Gigantic, I think, did survive longer than Titanic, so, yeah. There's something you should know. Something, tell you so. Forget it, don't sweat it, enjoy the show. Working all day. It's the one that goes da 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 da. Okay, I'm gonna file that away. Okay, so when people mention Duel of the Fates, that's the song that they're talking about. Because what usually comes to my mind is like the Star Trek fight music. You know that a remarkable player only needs a few notes to convince its audience. My ears! Sorry! RIP headphone users! Gigantic is the better sister ship. Yeah, there were 3, right? There was Titanic, there was Gigantic, and... what was the other one? I think that it also had a name ending in ik. Titanic. Le Titanic. Le Gigantique. Le Sonic. Le Sonic. Oh, the Olympic, yes. The Olympique. Le Olympique. It didn't lose to an iceberg, it lost to a torpedo. I mean, at least the torpedo was moving. This is terrible. I almost got the panic. Indianique, Jonique. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Oh man. But yeah, no. I think that you know that thing that people sometimes say, like, oh, there were other cruise liner or boat disasters with bigger death tolls than the Titanic, and the people have forgotten about them, and they say it's because the Titanic was a ship of dreams and there were like important and famous people aboard, and they were like, and it was like glitz and glamour and all of that. No, man. I think that one of the reasons is also because they managed to start the trip with the engines already on fire, which is not the best way to start a trip. If I, like, in my humble opinion, like, I don't know, I'm just saying. Oh, so, I hit the mic. Okay, Kradan touched. No problem. There's a lot more where these came from. I am not gonna run out of topics to yap about for a very, 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 very long time. And if the Titanic creators gave me a ship, it would be the Shelik. Shelik! The only other one I know is Concordia. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that one managed to do one of the things that I think that the Titanic is also, you know, more famous for, which is the fact that it managed to hit a perfectly still object that it should have been able to see from a mile away. The SS Eastland, for example, yes, it had a higher death toll. Yes, the people there were not as glamorous. Yes, it was in the Chicago River, not out in the sea. But also, yes, it was preventable. But the SS Eastland, the biggest factor in its sinking was the amount of people that it had on. The amount of people that it had on, and the fact that the Eastland hadn't been very well maintained for a very long time. So yeah, that plus overloading the boat, yes, it's going to capsize. It's going to sink. Like, the Titanic is also notable for the sheer ludicrousness of the situation. Like, an iceberg is just standing there. Like, like the Lusitania, for example. Like, it's a lot more understandable. It was struck by a U-boat. The Olympic was probably also struck by a U-boat, now that I think about it. But yeah, no, the Concordia thing, yeah, no, like, in terms of stupidity, the Concordia was even more stupid, because, yeah, let's get close to the island to do a sail-by salute, and we are not going to observe proper protocol. Because we don't need it. I guess. Vada a bordo, cazzo. It's just standing there, menacingly. Okay, and you're around. Bye. Thank you for being here. The iceberg had a knife. It was armed. It was armed. We couldn't do anything. The goggles were locked inside a safe, and they lost the key to the safe. Oh my god. But but yeah, no, like sometimes I think that people lose track of the bigger picture. Like, oh, if this tragedy was so popular, that's a weird way to describe a tragedy. If this tragedy was so talked about, what about this tragedy? And there's like a lot of factors involved. There's a lot of factors involved. I understand that some people, especially the people who are interested in this kind of stuff, like me, if they go like, oh, this should be talked about as much of as much as like the Titanic. It's not because of, I don't know, insert the concern of the day, I guess. It wasn't because of classism. It wasn't because of racism. It wasn't because of homophobia. It wasn't because of. I'm just saying those because those are like the most frequent. I'm not saying that every time that they are used as a reason for something to go bad or to not be popular or whatever. I'm not saying that they're completely off base. Sometimes they are, often they are, but not always. And the fact that people keep throwing them around makes it so that when they are actually factors, it kind of diminishes it, and I don't think that anyone benefits from that. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna give examples. I've already given an example. I gave the SS Eastland for Pete's sake. Like, it's if I want to compare the Armero tragedy with the Vargas tragedy. One was a lot more mediatized than the other. Like, the Vargas tragedy happened while I was still alive, but I didn't know about it, where the Armero tragedy, I knew about it cursorily from, seeing it in like those little encyclopedias and stuff that sometimes listed, the biggest disasters in a given year. Yeah, I knew about the Armero tragedy. I didn't know about the Vargas tragedy. But the Armero tragedy also has like a huge thing in its favor, which is all the pictures that came out of it. Yes, I know about Armero. Yes. Okay. Just a second. Hello? Yes, I'm on stream. No, if it's quick, it's okay. What is it? Oh, okay, that's okay. Okay. Now try calling her again when you get home. Okay. Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah. No, I'm not playing. I'm just talking, which is what. Yeah, it's a Zatsu. That's why I like. I didn't even put like an intermission screen on. Like, they're listening to me, but not to you. Okay, goodbye. Bye. That was Weasel. He tried calling our mom. The line was busy, so he called me instead. Accessibility of information could be limited during those times. The torpedo was also armed, but it wanted to harm the gigantic. The iceberg was just chilling there with a knife in hand just cuz. Selectivism, yeah. And yes, I know about the Armero tragedy. Yeah. This might sound a little bit cold, but fascinating case study. Honestly, you know, at least for me, who likes learning about disasters, especially disasters that just happen. Like, not like, you know, crimes or anything like that. But yeah, if this tragedy is popular, why not make it... why not make a movie about it? Yeah! I think there are movies about Armero. I mean, fair smoker, fair. I don't even remember, like, what happened in Vargas. Like, I know that it was similar, but I don't think that it had to do with the volcano. I think it was just a landslide. But yeah, it still seems they developed a way to prevent these things to happen. Oh yeah, no, like, there were a lot of lessons that came out of Armero. Because, like, no disaster comes without lessons to be learned. And in the case of Armero, those lessons were very, very important, especially in the country that it was. Especially in the country that it was. Like, I do believe that because of the Armero tragedy, things around that area are much better handled now. I mean, I've never been there, but, like, you've never heard of a similar tragedy happening, like, there or anywhere else. The only other, like, at least not related to volcanoes. Like, yeah, there's other tragedies that happen that, you know, that are natural and stuff, but most of the time people are, like, warned in advance and all of that. Like, it's not always that you get a tragedy of that magnitude, you know? Like, the only thing that I think that came close was the Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004. And that one also happened because of lack of warning, because people didn't know what to expect. So yeah, it's weird. I can think of a movie about 9/11. Oh, there's a lot of them. There are so many movies about 9/11 you don't even know. But see, that's the kind of disaster that I'm not as interested in, because that was done on purpose. That one was done on purpose. That was done out of malice. That was done out of malice. That was done out of a desire to hurt. These ones that I'm talking about are ones where nobody set out to do anything bad. It was just like, you know, it was, you know, people being misguided, lack of maintenance of, you know, like, stuff, lack of knowledge about stuff, you know, that sort of thing. For example, I wouldn't compare, like, 9/11 or the Oklahoma City bombing to, for example, the Hyatt Regency walkway collapse, for example, you know? Like, they're not the same thing, because they were not done because the walkway didn't fall on purpose. Nobody set out to make a walkway that would fall on people. 7-Eleven was a part-time job. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, that's great. I'll make a game about it to see if I can make some money about it. I mean, it's probably gonna get, like, depending on what you do with it, it's probably not going to get, like, released. But yeah. I learned about the gigantic through video games, actually, and then I did outside research. That's the best. That is the best kind of thing. Like, when you learn about something because, like, of a video game or a small tidbit, like, in a show or something, and then you go like, huh, I want to know more about this. And then you just go and you gather all the information and you just eat it up. I love that. I love that kind of feeling. I mean, just look at me. I think that by now it's obvious that that's what happens. It may have happened before, but since no one knew the cause, we don't have any other example at the moment. Yeah. And you have the prequel called 7-Eleven, yeah! Oh no! Even Doraemon is connected to 9/11. The ending theme of the first Portuguese dub was recorded on that day, and the actors had to force themselves to happily sing it. Ugh, them dubbing deadlines, they are not forgiving. Look, I opened my own studio. I need ideas to work on it. But why? But why something like that, though? There's so many things that you could use as a base. Why go with something as bleak as 9/11? Like, I mean, I understand, like, if you really want to do something with 9/11, like, if it is a topic that you like, it's weird to say. It's weird to say that, you know, you like a topic like 9/11, but it is true. Like, any topic, no matter how bleak it is, if it fascinates you, if you feel a certain connection to it and you want to learn more about it, I don't think that people should stop you. I don't think that people should stop you from doing that. Like, I am going to be honest. One of the reasons why I read a lot about our marrow was because at some point I was thinking that the destruction of Atlantis would have been caused by lahars. Do you know, like, the volcano would have blown up and you would have had lahars all over the island. And I looked into our marrow to see, like, what the fallout from a disaster like that would be. I'll make a game about an Atlantean who can't speak Portuguese. Right? Oh my god. There was a Street Fighter 5 character revealed on 9/11. It was Rashid. Yes, oh my goodness. Can you tell that Capcom is Japanese? I guarantee you that no American video game company or European video game company would have revealed a Middle Eastern character, because I'm not sure where Rashid is supposed to be from. But yeah, I can guarantee you that nobody would have. Oh no, my model is locked. Hold on. I don't know why this happens. Okay, get out of there. Get out of there. Okay, let's just. How to move model? Click and drag and rotate and blow. Vtube Studio, are you feeling okay? Are you feeling okay? Oh my goodness, where did he go? Oh my. Okay, I made it worse. Okay, no, I'm gonna have to close. I'm gonna have to close the program. Oh my god. Come on, old bones, let's get your spine in place. I need a chiropractor right now. What the fuck? Okay, come on. Come on, VTube Studio, come on. Oh, dude. When is Astesia? Oh man. He's listed as unknown, but I think he's meant to be from United Arab Emirates. Oh yeah, no, like that's a very high possibility. Okay, VTube Studio, what the heck is going on? What do you mean you're not what? You are not responding? What? Okay. Okay, come on. Hello? Hello, guys, it's me, T-posing Len. Hello? Hello? Huh? Oh. Okay, I think we're online. I think we're I think we're okay now. Okay, let's change the model again. Okay, is this the correct one? I have to... Yes! Okay. Okay, we are back. We are back. The capture seems a little bit odd, though. Like it's not... Blah, 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 blah. Blah. Blah! You are... Ah! Hello? Model, are you catching this? Are you catching this? Okay, I don't think that we are 100% back, but I think that we can deal with this until the rest of the stream. So yeah. New Atari Grab. New Atari model, yes. Too late, I already got the image for a meme. You could have just gone to the VOD after it was up, and yeah. Okay, wow, the stream title didn't say anything about this collab. I can also call in Rin. You wanna see Rin? O modelo para o qual ligou não tem o voicemail ativo. Por favor, ligue mais tarde ou envie SMS. Beep. Like, do you want Rin? Do you want Rin to make an appearance? I don't care if you want Rin to make an appearance. I'll just call her. Hello? Hello. Ma, are you catching this? There's a weird Atlantico outside. Finally, a good VTuber. Oh no! Oh no, Atari is not good enough for you. Oh no! But I'm not a VTuber, I'm a Vocaloid. You can use my voice to make songs. No, it's not AI! See?
The only problem with this is that keeping up the voice is a little bit draining. Like, if you do this for a recording session, if you do this for a recording session, it's fine. But if you have to talk for like 3 to 4 hours with this voice, it eventually starts being a little bit hard on the throat. Yeah. Sing the Huntic Op? What? The Huntic Op. Oh man. I remember Huntic. I remember Huntic, but I don't what was it? Says the Soupy AI. I mean, yeah. As Soupy wanted to see Rin, brings Rin in anyway. The illusion of free will. Yes. What the hell happened to you, Atari? Okay, so funny story. Atari's model broke for a second, and he had to reopen VTube Studio. But before he did that, he tried to see if the problem was the model itself or VTube Studio. So he tried using Len. But then he asked if you guys wanted to see Rin, and now here I am. If only you could simulate her voice somehow in some kind of software. Yeah. That would be the day, wouldn't it? Can I actually sound like Rin? Like legit? Let me see. Can I make Rin speak Portuguese? I mean, claro que consigo. Claro que consigo pôr a Rin a falar português. Agora não sei se consigo fazer a voz dela. I just said yes. Of course I can. Of course I can do Rin's voice. Well, not. I was wondering if I could do this voice in Portuguese, and it's like, yeah, I voice acted with this voice. What are you talking about? Huntic, acredita até ao fim. Okay, I'm gonna look for Huntic's opening to see what it was like. Also, this has now become a test to see how long I can do this. How long I can do this voice. I know that I mentioned this before. I know that there are VTubers who use this voice. Like, they don't use their natural voice to VTube. They actually do a voice, which is one of the reasons why they have to go to the doctor so often. Wow, you speak Portuguese better than Atari. Ora, muitíssimo obrigada. Muitíssimo obrigada, X-Pop. The ooh voice. The ooh. Oh no. Oh no. I have the ooh virus. It's an endurance test. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, now the phone is not phoning. The phone is not interneting. I can't go look for this stupid Huntic opening. Actually, Atari has been thinking about what kinds of covers he could do. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Should he go for a Vocaloid song? Should he go for an anime opening song? Should he go for something completely different, like, an English song, like an what do you guys think? Hello, Holy Potato Paladin. Okay, this is a test. This is only a test. Atari is still here. He's just voicing Rin. I like this voice, actually. It just feels like a cartoon. Well, good, because Atari uses it all the time when he has dubbing work. Take Me to Your Heart by Rick Astley. I don't know that one. Do you ever have to pull this one off when you do voice acting? Yes. Yes. There's been multiple characters. that I, or rather Atari, because Atari is voicing Rin right now. There's multiple times where he had to use this voice, actually. I can remember at least one. There were others though. Vocaloid songs like Spice, also very cute voice by the way, thank you. I need to hear you singing Moonlight Densetsu in Portuguese. Okay, Moonlight Densetsu doesn't have a Portuguese version, but the ending, the first ending does. The first ending does have a Portuguese version because it's what the Portuguese used for the opening for like every single Sailor Moon season. Which is honestly kind of crazy. Like, which is actually kind of crazy. Because like the Sailor Moon opening in Portuguese went something like, okay, let me see if I can sing this with this voice. I might need to look up the lyrics. Okay, let me just check because I don't remember like the very first lyrics. Okay, Sailor Moon opening PT Sailor Moon Portugal. Okay, let me see. Please tell me you have. Please tell me you have the lyrics. Please tell me you have the lyrics. Oh, okay, yes, there we go, okay. Viva a vida como uma festa. Sou o vento na floresta. Lua navegante, segue o teu rumo. Vem em ti a paixão do meu destino. Com o teu poder e a tiara, e com meu gato Luna, vamos vencer as batalhas, essas causas esquecidas. Luna, Luna, conto contigo nessas lutas contra o inimigo. Monstros, sonhos são lendas ou imaginação. Luna, Luna, vem lutar pelo bem. Tan, 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 tan. Tan, 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 tan. So yeah, that's the Portuguese opening of Sailor Moon. Because yeah, like they just used this. They just used this except like they put this over every opening. So from Moonlight Densetsu to Sailor Star Story, yeah, this is what Portuguese people got to hear. Yes, Luna was a male cat. Yeah, in the Portuguese version, Luna was a male cat and Artemis was a female cat, called Artemisa. Artemisa. This voice just feels like what would fit the cute and dumb female friend character archetype in anime. Yeah, no, like there's a lot of people who don't do this sort of voice in Portuguese. Like there's some people who can kind of do it, kind of scratch it at the surface of it, but a lot of them are like don't like doing it, I think. Okay, bye Tulu. Bye! Never actually watched Sailor Moon? Oh. Well, I don't know if it's something that you would like. Go away for 5 minutes and you're Rin. Yeah, my model broke. It did the whole thing of, just getting stuck with the mouth open. It was really weird. I didn't like it. So yeah, we're only gonna do like another half an hour, I think, because I think I can go like up until like 9 p.m. Let me check. Let me check. Yeah, we're gonna go into 9 p.m. and I am going to take this experiment to the next level. I am going to be Rin for the rest of the stream. So Rin, do you watch any martial arts movies? Yeah, I enjoy Jackie Chan movies. I know that those are not like the ones that you would usually think like, oh, you're not an actual Jackie Chan connoisseur. If you watch like the American-made stuff, you're only a Jackie Chan connoisseur if you watch the Chinese stuff, the Hong Kong stuff. And I haven't watched all the Hong Kong stuff, but I have watched what's it called? Snake in the Eagle's Shadow. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. The voice is on point. Well, I guess that if something with Rin and Len was ever to be dubbed in Portuguese, I think that Atari could voice them both. I do think that Atari could voice them both. Like, the whole idea is that they're supposed to have the same voice actress, right? Well, the same voice actor. If it was like a boy who could pull off Rin's voice, I think that they could also do it. But yeah, usually it's girls. The Atari and Rin Power Hour, yeah. Perhaps I would like it. What's the vibe? Okay. The vibe of Sailor Moon, the 90s show, is a little bit hard to describe. Let me think. It's like, I wanted to say it's laid back, but that's not exactly true. It flows a lot more like a comedy show until the plot kicks in, you know? Like, until the plot kicks in, until the enemies attack. It is very much like a comedy. Yeah, girls being thirsty, yes. But that's not the end-all be-all of it. Otherwise, Atari would have never gotten interested in it to begin with, because there were a lot of shows back then that got localized in Portugal that were just straight up shoujo soap operas, like Marmalade Boy. You guys know Marmalade Boy? Like, that was dubbed in Portuguese. That was dubbed in Portuguese. It aired during the mornings, like before kids went to school. Like in the year 2000 or 2001. And now you look back and go like, who thought that this was appropriate for children? Because it aired during a kids blog. For if you don't know about Marmalade Boy, it's a show about a boy and a girl. I mean, the titular Marmalade Boy, right? So yeah, it's a girl and a boy, and their parents used to be like sweethearts back in the day, but they ended up marrying other people, and now they decided to marriage switch. Basically, the girl's mom married the guy's dad, and the guy's mom married the girl's dad, and now they all live in the same house, and they're half brothers, and a whole lot of questionable shoujo shenanigans ensue. It's very it's very stupid. Yes, that is legit. And someone thought that, oh hey, we are going to get this show and we're gonna dub it and we're gonna put it on the kids block before they go to school. Sure, guys. That sounds like a great idea. Wait, do you watch Kamen Rider or Super Sentai? Those count since it has similar choreography of whole old Hong Kong films. Yeah, there was a time where I was really into Kamen Rider, actually. My favorite is Double, by the way. I like Kamen Rider Double. Philip is really cute. I know that it got an anime, but I didn't watch it. I only watched the actual Kamen Rider season. Average Portuguese people don't understand anime, not just cartoons for kiddos. Yeah, imagine if one of those people watched Akira. I shudder to think what would happen to their brains if they watched Akira. Maybe we don't want to think too much about that. Wait, let me just go back a little bit. See, oh, I was thinking Bruce Lee and Sammo Hung, but Jackie Chan's stuff. Oh, Snake and Eagle's Shadow. That's a Hong Kong film. Yes, it is. What's Rin's favorite anime? What's Rin's favorite anime? That's a good question. Kids should watch Hokuto no Ken. Yeah. お前はもう死んでいる。Oh, actually, now that you mention that, and that I said that phrase, yeah, this is a voice that you see a lot in like anime and stuff, but like in Japanese, but not so much in Western circles, is it? You could easily imagine this voice doing like try to think of Japanese phrases. Oh, dang it. もう考えない。考えるできない。どうしてそのこと。はいはい。If Sailor Moon is silly but with action, I might like it. Yeah, no, it is. It's like I like silly nonsense. Yeah, yeah, and then it has the story, you know. Then it has the story as well. But most of the time, it's girls being silly. Similar situation with French Fist of the North Star. Dubbers are so disgusted with the original themes, so they made it a gag dub. know. Does Portuguese Dragon Ball Z count as a gag dub? That's something to think about. That's something to think about because again, like Atari said, it's like if Urban Hillbillies decided to dub an anime. So basically, yeah, what it is. Sailor Moon Abridged is pretty funny. Man. I'm gonna tell you this. But like, okay, so you guys know Weasel, right? Weasel, the brother of the Atari. The brother of the Atari 2600, the console that came out in 1970 something. Like, when did the Atari 2600 come out? I know it was late 70s. I don't remember how. Yes, the one with the opera stuff. Yes, you are 100% correct. PTPT is a legendary thing. It's a really dumb existence. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, he is currently working on an abridged series of a Pretty Cure season called Heartcatch Pretty Cure. But at the same time, he was also thinking, oh, I kind of wanted to tackle another magical girl thing. And for a while, he thought about Sailor Moon, but then Team 4-Star came out with Sailor Moon Abridged. And I laugh, but he was kind of sad about it because he was like, okay, if I do Sailor Moon now, people are gonna think that I am either trying to ride on their coattails or in the very least, they're gonna start comparing things. Like, they're gonna compare the sense of humor, they're gonna compare the pacing, they're gonna compare the voices, they're gonna compare the scripts, they're gonna start comparing a lot. And he didn't want that. He didn't want people to compare his work to freaking Team 4-Star because, like, by now those guys are legendary. So yeah, he's currently thinking of other options. Sailor Moon would still be on the table if it was like Sailor Moon Crystal, which, honestly, because it's more serious, I think that it would do well for a parody. Honestly, that is my honest opinion. I get that it happens as an artist of any kind. It really sucks. Yeah. It's kind of like when VTubers, like, they're really inspired by a certain person and they want a similar model, but VTubing is a very personal thing. So if you model yourself after someone else, that kind of goes against the spirit of the thing, you know? I mean, I'm saying this and I'm standing here as Rin, so... Also, Atari, when are you going to collab with the VTubers Kaliko and Mattel? I mean, I would love to. I mean, this is a weird identity crisis that is going on here right now. This is a weird identity crisis thing. But yeah. And now some of you might be wondering, like, why the heck did Atari not want to be a girl? Like, he can do it. He can be a girl. he can play a convincing girl. What the heck? Why would he cripple himself like that? And the answer is, well, because his voice actor, his performer wanted to voice a boy, and that's it. Wait, I have an idea, Atari, for some weird multimedia thing. Neptunia, but with the OG consoles. Oh, dude, that would be so cool. That would be... Oh my goodness! Oh, and their mentor is the Magnavox Odyssey! Oh, dude! Dude, that would be so cool! SG-1000 is kind of second gen, so you can add it to the mix. Okay, so, that reminds me. That reminds me. Okay, so you know the member tiers? You know the member tiers for this channel? They're actually named after Sega consoles. Like, it's just hidden. It's just hidden. Like, so, for example, Sojourner of Grandeur is a reference to the SG-1000. I don't know if you had caught that, but, well, now I've told you. Why be girl? Why... when sometimes it takes a man to be best girl. I mean, yeah. That means some people would say that Len is a better girl than Rin. Especially because of some of his modules and, like, stuff like Project Diva. Like, I think that he only has one really, really feminine model. The rest are all super boyish in their own way. Sadly, I'm too poor to afford the Mega Drive tier. That's why I'm called Giga Drive, by the way. I mean, yeah, I could get it. Yeah. But yeah, I think that, like, there just isn't one. There just isn't a tier based on the Dreamcast, I think, because Atari was like, oh, wait, I'm still very small. I'm still very small and I don't have, like, that much to offer. So I don't think that I'm gonna open a tier based on the Dreamcast. At least not right now. At least not right now. Until I have, you know, something more substantial to offer to people who are willing to buy that tier. But that is gonna take a while. That is gonna take a while. I mean, he just reached 1,000 subscribers. Let's not put the cart ahead of the oxen. Hi Zen. Hi. This is Kagamine Rin, currently being voiced by Atari Yeo because his model locked up and he used Len and Rin to test out if it was the... Well, he used Len to test out if it was the model or the program that was acting up. Turns out it was the program. So yeah, and now this is a bit of a challenge. This is a bit of a challenge for Atari. He's trying to see how long he can go on doing this voice, without getting like tired or without his throat giving out. All in all, not the most healthy experiment, but yeah. Hello, Vocaloidisms. You remind me of banana. Do I remind you of Bonanza? Bonanza? Donkey Kong? Translating expression idioms. Yeah. Why base the tier names on Sega consoles and not the Atari ones? That's like a VTuber named Nintendo making tier names after Tiger consoles. That was because lack of foresight. Also because Atari is very much like the only reason why he's not more of a Sega guy is because he didn't understand video games at the time where Sega had consoles. Because if it was that, he would totally have been like a Mega Drive, Sega Saturn, and then Dreamcast kid. The problem is that Pokemon happened, and before that he didn't know a lot about video games. He didn't even know how they worked. Like they were very confusing. They were very confusing to him because, like, he understood the principle behind, like, for example, like a VCR. He understood the principle behind a VCR. Like you link it, you put it on the TV and it works. He did not know that for video game consoles the system is similar. So to him, it was like finding out how video game consoles worked was like, whoa, like a whole new world opened. A whole new world of video games that I can play. Something like that. Rip Atari throat. Reminder to drink water? Yeah, there we go. Water. But yeah, it's definitely happening. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to change for the last few minutes of the stream. Because yeah, this hurts a little bit. It's kind of hurting. I think I already went quite a long time. Like, will Atari or Rin play Pal Worlds? No, and I'm gonna let Atari himself talk about that. Okay, let's see. I just noticed that if I'm angry while talking, sometimes my mouth forms a square. That is kind of weird. Okay. Okay. Goodbye for now. I'm going to bring Atari back. Whee!
Hello. I am the Atari. I have a very deep voice.
I can't keep this up. Okay. Okay. At least I have confirmation. Yeah, VTube Studio is acting a bit slow. It's acting a bit slow. How does one have a square mouth? I have no idea. Ask whoever rigged the Project Sekai. The Project Sekai models. Yo, Atari, you're not gonna believe this, but Rin took over using... Rin? Rin Penrose? She was here? Holy crap, how did I miss that? Hello, Megastar Sensationalisms. Hello. Hello. Imagine being able to become Kagami Rin and Nero-sama whenever you want. I mean, early Nero-sama. She got a better. She got a non-generic model later. You got invaded by the British. Oh no! Anyway, my dad used to watch Top Gear. But yeah, okay, so someone asked Rin, I think, if I was ever gonna play Pal World, and my answer, unfortunately, is... My answer, unfortunately, is Pin Renrose. There you go. You're thinking of Bin Benbows, yeah. Nah, mate, it's bottom gear. It's bottom gear where it's at. The British is colonizing Atari. No, the British will never colonize Portugal or any of its territories because of the treaty signed in 1343 something or whatever that dictates that Britain and at least England and Portugal are friends forever and ever 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 and ever. Since you were talking about tears, I wanted to ask, did you update the coffee thing? Not yet. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. It's already I already scheduled it. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. At first, I was thinking of doing it yesterday, but I had a psychologist appointment, like a therapist appointment, and I forgot. So yeah, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'll keep you guys posted on whether it works or not. Because again, I'm gonna need a new PayPal account, and I hope that I'm able to open a business account so I don't have to use my performer's name, because that would be kind of counterintuitive. So yeah, because if the problem is the name that shows up on the PayPal, then what would be the problem of using my current PayPal? Because my current PayPal is personal, and if I use it and then something goes wrong, and I get banned, then I lose every other option that I could have. So yeah, hope it all goes well. Yes, me too. I'm a little bit scared because I don't know a lot, but I think that it's pretty intuitive. I'm hoping it is. But yeah, to answer the question, excuse me. To answer the question, am I gonna play Pal World? No. No, I am not. No, I am not going to play Pal World. It's just not, on top of all the Pokemon plagiarism things, blah blah blah, which it's you can, your mileage may vary on whether those are valid or not. But yeah, other than that, I don't. It's just a kind of game that does not appeal to me. In terms of the design, in terms of the gameplay, it's very basic Steam assets, basic Steam or Unity assets, coded, and I don't really like those types of games. I know that a lot of them, get popular and are actually fun in their own way, but I don't know. I just do not vibe. I just do not vibe with that sort of thing. The only reason why I played, for example, Lethal Company, which does have a stronger aesthetic than Pal World, in my opinion. The only reason why I played that was because my friends wanted to play it, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I hear that it's fun, and it is. So yeah, but stuff like that, I think it's called Raft. There's another one, Rust. A lot of games beginning with R. Yeah, Rust is another one that I don't really, I'm just not interested. That sort of thing. But there was also a game that kind of had that sort of feel. That was one of those rage games in which you had to climb up a thing. It was kind of in the same vein as Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. I don't remember the name of it. I don't remember the name of it. I watched a bunch of VTubers playing it during the time that it came out, which was already like, holy crap! It was already like 4 to 5 years ago. Jeez, yeah. Sad Paul World noises. I know. I am sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just, again, it's just not my cup of tea. Like, if you look at my backlog, you can tell more the types of games that I am interested in. First, I'm more interested in games that have a strong aesthetic. Second, I prefer cartoony versus realism. Third, usually the games have to have something that interests me. If aesthetically they do not interest me, then there has to be something about them that interests me. One of those things could be peer pressure. like it was for Lethal Company. But yeah. I'm pretty sure it's only up. Oh, okay. And Jump King, yeah. Happy Invisible voices. Oh my god. Yeah, the game is called. Yeah, I do think that the game is called Only Up. Like, and I mentioned, for example, Stray. Stray today. Stray is also not a game that I would be interested in playing. No matter how cute the cat is. Because the cat is pretty cute, but that is not enough to make me want to play the game. I'm just gonna turn on the light. It is a miracle I can see. Oh yeah, Invisimals. The only reason why I kind of remember Invisimals, well, other than the logo that was like freaking everywhere for a while, is because they have an Anubis thing. They have an Anubis thing. Let me actually check Invisimals. Complete list of Invisimals. Yes, Invisimals wiki, please help me. Dragons, Arc Invisimals game list. Why did I go to Merrily We Roll Around? Okay, dark. Okay, these names tell me nothing. Who is the Anubis type thing? Lynx? No. That would make no sense. Berserker, Big Sarge, Blast Furnace, Bone Shell, Bone Snapper, Boxeroo, Bat, Bullhorn, Calculator, Cerberus? Would that be it? No. No, it is not Cerberus. Andina, Archaeopteryx, Arachnid, Audrey. Do you have an invisible named Audrey? It's a piranha plant thing. Okay, Axolotl, Bandolero, Bangarang, Bantam, Barkbot, okay, Crookie, Crocorilla. I remember his name was like super on the nose. Which is why I'm surprised that it's not like Anubis. Griffon, Gundozer, Hammer Shark, Hellbelly, Hermit, Hippogriff, Hydra, Hydrobot, Iceline, Ironbot, Jester, Jet Crab, Kraken, Kukulkan. They made a Kukulkan? That looks pretty good. The Lynx, Macro, Macadam, Moonhowler? Is that it? No, that's ugly. Holy, oh no. Pyro, chilling. Sabertooth, Sackboy, Salma, Santakaris, Sandflame, Savannah, Is this Scalina or Scalinha? Sister Break, Scuttle, Shellshocked, Shenlong, Shizuku, Siren, Skeletail, Skywolf? Skywolf? No. Oh my goodness. Uberjackal? Aha! I found it! The Iblis Trigger. Actually, I found Uberjackal. That's the Anubis. That's the Anubis type thing. Much like Monster Rancher also got its Anubis type thing. It was called Abyss. Okay, wait a second. No, it's not Lucario. Lucario is also an Anubis type thing. But it's not this. Also, Anubimon. Also, another Anubis type thing. Invisibles also had a cartoon, but it was weird because it was about a kid that turned into the invisible tiger shark, which has nothing to do with the lore of the Invisibles at all. Someone had Digimon Frontier on the brain in all the wrong ways. Okay, here you go. Here's an Anubis type thing. It's called Uberjackal. Everybody say hi to Uberjackal. Hello, Uberjackal. Now, Uberjackal has something to tell everyone. What is it, Uberjackal? I have wings. And I'm based on Anubis, so you know I'm cool. Actually, Uberjackal, it could be argued that since part of you is silver, you're actually based on Wepwawet, the opener of the ways, instead of Anubis. Also, because you have wings. And unless those wings are because you were based on Anubimon, I do not see why an Anubis type thing would have wings. That also goes double for Anubimon, by the way, but it's Digimon. Like, Digimon is a lot crazier with its character design, so yeah. Uberjackal, care to tell us why? Why do you say you're based on Anubis and not Wepwawet? Well, because Wepwawet is just not that popular. Same as with Anubis's wife, Anput. Nobody knows about her. Or his daughter, Kevichet. Yes, that is her name. She was also a snake. But I think that people would like it better if all of his family were like jackals, were wolves like he is, right? Because here's the thing, my name is a misnomer. If I am indeed based on Anubis or Wepwawet or whoever it is that has a dog face, well, it has been found out in recent years that actually Anubis is not based on a jackal, because jackals did not exist in ancient Egypt. They are not in the same area. You know what is? The golden jackal, which has been found out to not actually be a jackal, but a wolf. So it's a golden wolf. Anubis is a wolf, which means everything based on Anubis is also a wolf. Unless they gave them like a black back, in which case they were misguided and made them like a black-backed jackal, even though those didn't exist in ancient Egypt. So yeah. And there you go. Okay, bye, Chill Shanty. We're going to finish really soon. Like, we've hit the 3-hour mark. Anubis had wings? No, he didn't. He doesn't have wings in any of his depictions across ancient Egypt. But it is popular. Giving him wings nowadays. I think it comes because of the whole like angel of death thing. Like because he's a psychopomp, as in a guide of the dead. And when modern people usually think of guides and like spirit worlds and whatnot, they usually think of wings because angels and stuff. So yeah, that explains the Anubis furries. Egyptians are the OG furries. Yeah, you see a lot of Anubis furries, but not a lot of Wepwawet furries. We need more Wepwawet representation, you guys. Now I wonder if Atlanteans ever figured out what animal is Seth. No, we haven't. Nobody knows what animal Seth is. Nobody knows. Nobody knows because like some people say that it could be like an African wild dog. You know, the ones that are like super spotted with the white tip of the tail and round ears. But here's the thing: if Seth was based on one of those, he would look a lot more like Mickey Mouse because of the ears. Draw sexy input and we'll have 500 of them in seconds. I mean, yeah. Also, a lot of people don't know about what was actually the basis for my patron goddess, Natauki, who I am going to name Natuki because I learned that the way that you spell her name, in order to like convert through the cipher, it doesn't come out to Natauki, it comes out to Natuki. So yeah, goddess Natuki of the moon. Natuki Matapatu. That's like her full name. Seth is the Mickey Mouse of Egypt. Huh? Hey Osiris, I made this big coffin for you. You wanna come in? First, Seth, I am not Osiris. I forgot my own name. Haha, well, that's no big deal, because this coffin is going to make you remember your Egyptian name instantly. So why didn't I never got a Greek name? That's bullcrap. But yes, get in the coffin. I promise it'll be fun. Okay, Seth, if you say so. And then he goes in and, haha, you fell into my trap. Now I can cut you into pieces and throw you everywhere in the Nile. Haha. And then Isis or Iset is like, oh, that's not very nice. Seth, give me back my husband, come on. Oh crap, now I have to go and get all the pieces and sew them back together. This sucks. This sucks. Oh hey, I found this dong. Maybe I can use it to make like, to have a son? Probably? I'll think about that later. Hey Anubis, can you help me sew these back together, please? What? Anubis, need you, get the... We need to put Osiris back together. What? Why? He fell for Seth's trap. Oh, frick. Okay, I'll be there in a second. I'll be there in a second, jeez. Man, I feel bad for Ishiza. Her name was taken by awful people. Yes. I feel like Bastet was catching up to Anubis at one point. Oh yeah. Yeah, but I don't know what is it with furries and canines. Why are canines so much more popular with furries than like cats? I don't get it. That's something that I've always wondered. By the way. Que mata pato com corro. God of War, ancient Egypt, yeah. Is that with the actual gods and not some guy named Krusty the Clown, I guess. Pitch that to a studio and make it a sitcom. I mean, it would only have one episode. Mouse furries is like third place because they're cute, or was that rabbits? Probably mice. Probably mice. Or maybe... No. No, don't know. No, don't know, because like, okay, there are, let's just say that mouse stories are usually more whimsical than rabbit stories, because for mouse stories you have stuff like, I don't know, Redwall and Secret of Nim, and for rabbits you have Watership Down. And Bugs Bunny, I guess, but that shouldn't really count. Like, are you really gonna compare Secret of Nim to Bugs Bunny? Or Redwall to Bugs Bunny? Yeah, seems like a good idea. Seems like a good idea. Now, Watership Down is somewhat comparable to Secret of Nim and Plague Dogs. Ugh. Why did I remember that Plague Dogs exists? That's a movie that I still should watch, probably. That and, what's the name? Fantastic Planet. Fantastic Planet is one of those, like, super trippy movies that like, if you're an animated movie connoisseur, you should probably watch. You should probably watch that. You should probably watch all of Satoshi Kon's movies. You should also watch Allegro non troppo. You should also watch Kirikou. Kirikou, I think it's called. You should also watch Watership Down. You should also watch The Plague Dogs. You should also watch When the Wind Blows is a short. It's not a movie. And I really don't feel like watching it either. Oh, right. Who inspired Natsuki? An Egyptian goddess named Wenut. Wenut or Unut. Who, I kid you not, is just like Anubis, just like Bastet, just like Sekhmet, just like all those famous just like Horus, all those famous Egyptian gods that have animal heads. She has the head of a rabbit. She has the head of a rabbit. And I was so happy to find out that there is an Egyptian goddess that has the head of a rabbit. And she has been part of the lore since the beginning. Like, what happened is just that when it comes to like writing the rest of the lore, when it comes to writing the lore, I just, when it stopped being Egyptian, ancient Egyptian based, and I started making my own thing, I just went like, oh, I'm still gonna go with Wenut. I'm still gonna go with Wenut as like my patron goddess. It's just that I am going to make a different character based on Wenut, Princess Kaguya, Cleito, all of that mashed into one single character who's going to be a rabbit goddess of the moon. So yeah. Oh, what about Medjed? I don't know why Medjed looks like that. I don't know. But I'm glad he does because it's funny. You might need a public encyclopedia of Atlantis at this rate. I mean, yeah, no, like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, and I'm just gonna say this, and then I'm gonna end the stream. I have a very bad. There's a very bad thing going on with my version of Atlantis and the book that I want to write, which is my major inspirations for it are stories like Full Metal Alchemist, the manga. So if you want to talk about anime, like Brotherhood, it's Nadia, Secret of the Blue Water, and a whole bunch of Final Fantasy. A whole bunch of Final Fantasy games. There's also like other things mixed into the, like, that I put into the mix, like Kung Fu Panda, and what others? I know that there are others. A bit of Sailor Moon as well. So yeah. As you can tell, a lot of these stories have very, very well developed worlds, and they're kind of complex. And sometimes I go like, maybe I shouldn't do this. It's like, it's too complicated. Maybe it's not the best thing. Like, because those stories, most of them have entire teams working on them, and I'm just like one guy. Like, and I'm like, but yeah, that's one of the things that sometimes worries me about the game. Not about the game, about the book and about writing it. I did make another breakthrough. But that also means that I'm gonna have to rethink a lot of the characters. Other than like the core main cast. Oh, dang it. But yeah, but that's a talk for some other time. See you later, Nice Mario. Yeah. I think that's gonna be it for today. Let me see if there's anyone that I can send you to. Yeah, no. Toho is a good example. Toho is a good example of just like one person being able to just do the impossible, break the unbreakable, row, fight the power. Oh man. Okay, let's see. Who is online? Who is online? Okay, I think I am going to send you to someone who is currently trying to learn Japanese. That sounds good, right? それはいいですか？それはいいですか？ So yeah, okay. And I am going to. I'm just going to say something on his stream, and then I'm gonna go. Eat. But first. Well, that ruins the surprise. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I will be able to play this. Ah, yes, the song of my people, yes. Actually, let me see. Let me see if I can play the other one. No, it changes chord like immediately, no. Ah, Merry Melody is about to start, yeah! Actually, no, let me try it again, see if I can make it better. A little bit better. Okay. If I keep training, I'll be able to play this properly. Okay, Uber Jackal, what the heck are you still doing here? Get out of here. Okay. Okay, guys. Whether you're watching this live or the VOD, or are a lurker, or are a member who just happened to not be able to show up, know that your presence is always appreciated. And see you soon! Or, as they say in Atlantis, Ekave! Bye! Where's the ending? Here it is! Ah!